Well, I saw this from Cosmic Book News that fans are hating the Section 31 trailer, the new Paramount movie that's dovetailing out of Star Trek Discovery. My immediate thought was when they were making this and they were putting this woman from, I think Star Trek Discovery, it was like season 2, I believe, into her own show and into her own movie, I was just like, why? Nobody liked Discovery. Nobody wanted this to begin with. It doesn't make any sense, but it's been part of the agenda to just destroy Star Trek, turn it into this just complete woke propaganda the entire time. I remember when Discovery first came out, just watching it, you had the Klingons out there with their like "Make America Great Again" chant, which was "Remain Klingon." You had the black female named Michael, who's totally not Michelle Obama, who's just better than everybody else at everything. And even when she's insubordinate, she still gets promoted. It was just, it's such an absurd, terrible writing that you have to think it was intentional. And Alex Kurtzman and his ilk, who came into this, clearly didn't understand Star Trek whatsoever, clearly didn't understand good science fiction whatsoever, and just made a complete bastardization of the original show. And guys, we are, of course, changing things. And we have a new book called or not a new book, but it's called The Stars Entwined. And I've got a full military space opera. If you like old Star Trek, you're really going to love the world building I did here in this trilogy. It's called The Arishan War, and you can get all 3 books on Amazon right now on print, ebook, or audio. This is about a spy, Section 31, right, who goes into the Arishan Empire because they're brewing a war with Earth, and they're a very secretive people. And they have him genetically modified so he looks like one of them, seems like one of them. Like the old Star Trek episodes when they'd go and, pretend to be Romulans or whatnot. I loved those episodes when Kirk was trying to spy and steal the cloaking device and all that. That's my favorite Star Trek. And so I did my own twist on this in a science fiction realm. I built a very cool universe here. And we're actually going to be dovetailing this into a space exploration series out of this very, very soon. So catch up on the trilogy today. It's in the description below. Thank you so much. And hit the like and subscribe button. Join us for the best science fiction discussions online. I really have a wonderful community here, and we appreciate you guys for being here. All right, so this is where we're at with Section 31. Fans really hate the trailer that was released 2 weeks ago at Comic-Con. The trailer is up on the official Paramount Plus YouTube channel, has nearly 30,000 dislikes and only 4.6K likes. Now, this is really crazy just by itself. Only 4,000 likes for a Star Trek show. They've killed the brand that much that only 4,000 people went in for a Star Trek movie on TV and are actually interested in this. That's so dismal. I mean, if you're looking at Rings of Power, like by comparison, I mean, they've got like 12 million views versus this 200,000 views. I mean, this is crazy low. People are not watching this, even in the ones that are going, gosh, this is it. Everybody's tuned out of Star Trek. They've completely abandoned it. And that's because they're continuing forward with Discovery like it didn't happen and wasn't universally disregarded. Now, Alex Kurtzman's given interviews recently saying that like it was obvious that the fans didn't like Discovery, and he did the typical like it was too ambitious. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was poor writing. It was drawn out plots over like 10, 15 episodes that could have been done in one episode. It was pseudoscience, bad work on that level, bad acting, bad wokeness, and we had to watch like gay guys make out all the time in it. It was terrible on every single level. Nobody wanted that. And then they just bastardized all of Star Trek canon and future history and all that in the way that they did everything. Moved everybody to the 31st century, did this whole thing where like there was all warp drives stopped working. It was a dystopia where the Federation didn't exist anymore and they had to rebuild it. And they managed to weirdly rebuild it like in 1 year. It was I don't understand. None of it made any sense. And then what they're doing out of this, guys, is not only just like making a TV movie that spun out of before they even went to the 31st century, which is bizarre. They had this whole mirror universe arc where Michelle Yeoh here was like from the mirror universe. She was one of the bad Terran people, and she came into our universe and she joined Starfleet in Section 31 and, did their dirty work that they couldn't do otherwise because they're all nice people, and she's a bad girl. And so she's a bad girl boss. Yeah. And it was cringy. now they're going to just have her star in this side movie. It's like, why are you continuing this and still making content out of this. And it's really weird because the next announcement, the Starfleet Academy series that they're making, is taking place in the 31st century as well, right after Discovery. And they're having the fat redhead girl in it, Tilly, like be one of the instructors there. In fact, they're having a bunch of Discovery actors reprise their roles, and it's just basically Discovery without Michael Burnham. It's like, why are you doing this? It's so painful that they're doubling down. And this is what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to do the comic book industry sort of grift, which is we have an all-new #1 first issue. So they're pretending it's a season 1, even though it's just a continuation of the last season with mostly the same people, mostly the same plots, mostly the same everything involved. And so it's really Discovery Season 6 rebranded. And this is Discovery, the movie, rebranded. And so, of course, nobody's going to like it. But these numbers are so dismal just on the amount watched even. The views that it has, just the likes that it has, even before getting into all those dislikes. I mean, the fact that it's that big of a ratio, I mean, they got to take a hint at some point and just be like, hey, we got to scrap these things. It's destroying our brand. Everybody's tuned out of Star Trek. There's no reason to watch Paramount Plus. Everything's just in trouble. I mean, we've seen how Paramount's in huge, huge trouble lately with what's going on. But fans haven't been happy with Star Trek for a long time, as it says. He says, I liked Picard Season 3. That's about it. Now, Picard Season 3 was not even that good, guys. I know a lot of people really loved it. But, they threw a bunch of the member berries into it, and it was watchable. But it still suffered the same plot structures as Picard Season 1 and 2 that were just like, and now the Borg are even bigger, and now they're going to control every Starfleet ship threat. And now the whole galaxy's at risk, and it just escalate, and it tries to distract you with escalating stakes. And that's something that's done with a lot of the MCU stuff. That's why the MCU stuff doesn't ring true anymore. None of the character work's really done very well in any of this, and it's just an escalating stakes sort of thing, just from a writing perspective. Before we even get into the woke nonsense, it just doesn't work. So the trailer's horrendous. Fans are comparing it to a wannabe Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I watched it. It doesn't even look like Star Trek whatsoever. It just looks like random dark space girl boss. Okay. Paramount was sold and bought by Skydance, and while their dad is some rich tech billionaire who helped them out by Paranite. Insiders at Comic-Con told me David Ellison and his sister are huge movie buffs and big-time fans. Maybe they'll cancel Section 31 and can the other Star Trek stuff under Alex Kurtzman. One can only hope. But right now they've got this. They've got Starfleet Academy. They're developing another thing nobody wants, a live-action comedy Star Trek. I think they want to try to compete with the Orville, but it's being done by the creators of Lower Decks, with the star of Lower Decks looking to star in it and produce it as well. So it's just more of the, again, it's like they're canceling Lower Decks, but they're just relaunching it again as a live action. Like, why? Like, if you're canceling the show, it's not working, try something else. It's very easy. I'm going to tell you, I could fix Star Trek right now. Just do something set after the Dominion War. Maybe even, if you want to pretend Picard's canon, set it after Picard. With Starfleet, do just a normal ship like back in the day, make it the Enterprise like G or something like that, and then have the Picard's son from Picard Season 3 be one of the crew members on it while he's like learning the ropes, and then just like have a cast that's like some new characters, have somebody who's trying to learn what it is to be human, maybe another quirky alien character, and then just have a like standard action lead as the captain. Who just returns things to just like that strong masculine decisive energy. That's all you need, and it'd be fine. You could have a show. People would love it. But they try too hard for the member berries, the tie-ins, the tying everything together, the mirror universe stuff, the girl boss stuff, forcing Discovery down people's throats even though they didn't like it, and it's just going to keep going this way again. Very sad. But guys, there is a alternative for Star Trek at this point, and we are bringing it to you. I hope you check out my Stars Entwined, as I mentioned before earlier in the video. This is a wonderful, wonderful series, and it has a lot of the ethos of what Star Trek used to be in it. I think you'll really, really enjoy this, especially if you like the Deep Space Nine era, that's really my jam again. Gosh, I would love to just write Star Trek and figure this out. I actually did send in a pitch to the novel group. They'll probably ignore it, but they don't like to sell books, I guess, is what it is. I do. You check it out. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Grab the stars entwined. We'll be back soon.